welcome back. Very good morning to one and all. Yes, you all know that we are dealing with the concepts of current electricity. During the last classes, we have dealt with the concept of electric current, Ohm's law, electrical resistance, and the factors that can influence the resistance of a conductor. And meanwhile, while dealing with these concepts, we have come across the functioning of a cell or a battery. In what way a cell can maintain a constant potential difference across its terminals. You know, a cell is a device that can maintain a constant potential difference across its terminals on converting chemical energy to electrical energy. And during that time, we have come across another word, EMF, electromotive force. Is nothing but the word. Don't start with the force. As it is electromotive force, don't start with force. Don't use that. Electromotive force is the work. For what the work is done, you have learned. The ions are flowing within the electrolyte of the cell. The ions are moving from one terminal to another terminal. You know, while dealing with the functioning of a cell, within the electrolyte, there will be both positively charged ions and negatively charged ions within the electrolyte. There will be a combination of positively charged ions and negatively charged ions. You know very well, because of the chemical force, all the positively charged ions will be moving to one terminal and all the negatively charged ions will be moving to another terminal due to chemical reactions or the chemical force that is pulling all the positive ions to one side and all the negative ions to the other side. So that one is positively charged terminal, the other is negatively charged terminal, and there will be some potential difference that develops across the terminals of the cell. You have learned this. But you know very well, as long as the ions are depositing on the plates, after some time, they experience a sufficient electrostatic force of repulsion that keeps them in equilibrium. As long as the ions are depositing on the plates, as the concentration of ions are increasing on the plates, so that there will be electric force of repulsion that keeps the further ions in the electrolyte to maintain equilibrium. So due to that equilibrium condition, a constant potential difference will be maintained. But you know very well, when this cell or battery is connected across the terminals of a conductor, this is all you have learnt, of course. It's just a small recollection to you to get into my concept. So the terminals of the cell are connected across the terminals of a conductor. Then what happens, you know very well, an electron will be given by this conductor to the positively charged terminal. Then the equilibrium of ions gets disturbed because when electron added to positive plate, then electrostatic force of repulsion will decrease. Then this ion will try to move to this side. Hope you got clarity. But this negative ion will be moving to this. But because of excess concentration, again an electron will be given to the conductor. Of course, ultimately your conductor will be neutral because whatever the electron it is donating here, it will gain back here. So in that way, there will be continuous flow of electrons which causes current through the conductor. This is all you have learned. But during this concept, when electron is given to this positive plate and the equilibrium has been disturbed, then positively charged ion moving towards the positive plate. Regarding this we are discussing. There is some amount of work done by this cell or battery to keep these ions moving between the two plates. Positive ion moving here from negative plate to positive plate. That's why work is done. If you are telling the positive ion moving towards negative plate, no work is to be done. because they are unlike charges, they can attract. Electrostatic force of attraction will pull it. But the positively charged ion moving towards the positive plate and the negatively charged ion moving towards the negative plate because of the chemical force. This energy will be provided because of chemical reactions that are taking place within the cell. So, a cell is utilizing its chemical energy to do the work to carry the positively charged ion from negative terminal to positive terminal. Of course, you can say to carry the negative ion from positive terminal to negative terminal. Of course. But anyway, our conventional charge is positive charge. So we talk about a unit positive charge. So here EMF is the amount of work done. If you want, you can write the definition. Electromotive force, EMF, is the amount of work done by the cell to carry a unit positive charge from one terminal of the cell to the other terminal of the cell. Of course, one means negative terminal, the other means positive terminal, obviously. This is what you need to understand. So, my conclusion it is about electromotive force, the amount of work done by the cell to carry unit positive charge from negative terminal of the cell to the positive terminal of the cell is nothing but electromotive force. This electromotive force is nothing but the potential difference across the terminals of the cell. Because you have learned the basic definition of potential difference is the amount of work done per unit positive charge. Do you remember? The basic definition of potential difference is the amount of work done per unit positive charge. That's the reason why the electromotive force is the amount of work done to carry unit positive charge from one terminal to another terminal of the cell. Means the amount of work done per unit positive charge to carry from one point to another point. Nothing but potential difference between these 2 points only. It means the EMF of a cell is nothing but the potential difference across the terminals of the cell or the voltage of a cell. Provided if there is no further resistance offered by the electrolyte. If there is no further resistance, there are no obstacles for the ions flow through the electrolyte. When you are expecting no objections for the ions flow through the electrolyte, then the amount of work done per unit positive charge, which is potential difference, equal to EMF of a cell. You may get one down. Sir, again, why you have kept this condition? What is meant by opposition for the ions flow? Yes, coming to the point. You know very well, when the positively charged ions moving towards the positive plate, they experience an electrostatic force of repulsion. And at the same time, there will be more number of ions that are present in the electrolyte. It is not about 1 or 2 ions. So there may be collisions among the ions while they are flowing from one terminal to another terminal. So in that way, the electrolyte, you know what is meant by electrolyte? The electrolyte in between the terminals of the cell may offer some resistance for the flow of ions from one terminal to another terminal. Then in that case, some amount of energy will be consumed to overcome that resistance, to overcome that objection offered by the electrolyte. Then in that case, the EMF of a cell will not be equal to the potential difference of a cell. They are not equal. In such case, potential difference across the terminals will be less than EMF. The reason it is, the potential difference across the terminals of the cell will be less than EMF because some work is consumed, I mean some energy is consumed to overcome the resistance offered by the electrolyte for the ions flow. So my point, my conclusion is electromotive force is the amount of work done per unit positive charge to move it from one terminal of the cell to another terminal of the cell. This EMF of a cell will be equal to the potential difference across the terminals of the cell. When no resistance offered by the electrolyte. When no resistance offered by the electrolyte. But the electrolyte may offer some resistance. The electrolyte may offer some resistance due to the huge number of ions within the electrolyte, because of collisions among themselves, due to electrostatic force of repulsions, the electrolyte may offer some resistance. Then in that case, when resistance offered by electrolyte, in that case, the potential difference will be less than the EMF. Of course, EMF notation used to see small letters. Just for some time, for the convenience, I have given to you as capital letters. Usually, you will find in the books as EMF in small letters. Electromotive force. Anyway, this is the point. So my conclusion is all about what is the difference between EMF and potential difference, and the next, is there any resistance offered by the electrolyte? You know very well, usually resistance is the characteristic property of a conductor that offers some objection for the electron flow through it. But you know very well, whatever the work done to keep the current through the conductor is done by the cell or battery only. That only will initiate, the cell or battery will initiate the continuous flow of electrons to cause current through the conductor on maintaining some potential difference. But still, these ions will find some obstacles, will find some objection offered by the electrolyte while moving through the electrolyte. While moving within the cell, the ions may find some objections. We do define it as internal resistance of a cell. Which is represented by small r. Usually resistance of a conductor represented by capital R, but internal resistance of a cell represented by small r. And EMF will be represented by the letter capital E. Don't ask me that, sir, capital E is field intensity. Yes, in electrostatics it represents field intensity, but in current electricity it represents EMF, electromotive force. Potential difference or voltage will be represented by V. So hope you got clarity on the definitions of EMF, potential difference and internal resistance. The resistance offered by the cell or battery for the flow of ions through the electrolyte is defined as internal resistance. So very important point what we need to understand. The potential difference across the terminals of a cell will be equal to the EMF, the amount of work done per unit positive charge to move it between the two terminals of the cell or battery is EMF, which is equal to the potential difference between the two terminals of the cell when no internal resistance offered by the electrolyte. But if the cell has some internal resistance that is offered by the electrolyte, then some work will be done to overcome that internal resistance, so that some energy will be consumed. Obviously some work is done, so that ultimately the potential difference across the terminals will be less than EMF. This is what you need to understand. And usually till now whatever we have taken the cells, they are of zero internal resistance. We call them as ideal cell. An ideal cell, you have learned ideal ammeter which offers zero resistance, ideal voltmeter which offers infinite resistance. Similarly, an ideal cell that offers zero resistance. Then in that case, usually we write like this. A cell whose EMF is E with internal resistance 0. Then this E will be equal to V. The electromotive force is equal to potential difference across the terminals of the cell. But when the cell is offering some internal resistance, we do represent in this way capital E comma small r within open brackets. It means a cell of EMF E has some internal resistance, offering some internal resistance for the ions flow through the electrolyte between the two plates, between the two terminals of the cell. Then in that case, the potential difference across the terminals of the cell will be less than EMF. Of course, EMF and potential difference will have the same units, like acceleration due to gravity. Acceleration due to gravity, nothing but acceleration only, but acceleration caused by gravitational force. Similarly, EMF or potential difference carries the same meaning. Amount of work done to carry unit positive charge from one point to another point. But here in this case, out of E, some potential will be dropped. IR potential will be dropped. If I is the current drawn from the cell, then because of internal resistance R, IR potential will drop, then finally V is left. I give more clarity on this point, you have to wait. You wait. So ultimately the potential difference across the terminals of the cell will be less than EMF. I give more clarity on this, you wait. So this is all introduction to the concept of SL, EMF and internal resistance. Of course, connecting with the potential difference or voltage of SL. To be clear, this is the topic that we are going to discuss. Just before entering into the concept of combination of resistors and equivalent resistors, there is a small point left to deal with this, which is a very important concept in the competitive track that you need to understand. So once you go through it, I give little more clarity on the mathematical analysis of EMF, internal resistance and potential difference. Connecting with all these things, we discuss a little more mathematics once you go through it. But earlier to that, you please try to note down whatever the internal resistance offered by the cell. Please try to note down on listening to me. The internal resistance that is offered by the cell depends on the distance between the two plates. You know, the resistance of a conductor will be depending on the length of the conductor, because as they need to travel greater distance, there is a possibility for more number of collisions, it can offer more resistance. Similarly, here the internal resistance offered by the electrolyte will change according to the distance between the plates. Greater the distance between the plates, there is a possibility for offering greater resistance. And at the same time, it depends on nature of the electrolyte. What electrolyte? What electrolyte you have taken? Different electrolytes can offer different resistances. Like resistance of a conductor depends on nature of the material. Similarly, internal resistance offered by a cell depends on nature of the electrolyte. And at the same time, concentration of the electrolyte. Because if it is a strong electrolyte, it can ionize more. So there is a possibility for more number of collisions. Weak electrolyte will ionize to less extent, so there is a possibility for less number of collisions among the ions. And at the same time, area of the plates. The cell is going to have two plates, one is positive plate and another one negative plate. So surface area of the plates, just like as cross-sectional area is more, resistance will be less. Similarly, as the surface area of the plates are more, less number of collisions, less internal resistance. So I conclude, the internal resistance offered by the electrolyte or the internal resistance of a cell depends on, first point, nature of the electrolyte. Second point, concentration of the electrolyte. Third point, distance between the two plates of a cell. And the fourth point is surface area of the plates of the cell. These are the 4 points that can influence an internal resistance that is offered by a cell and moreover it is represented by the letter small r. Fine. Hope you have got clarity, and let me go with a little more mathematics connecting with all these terms. Please note down. Yes, once look at my example to get little more mathematical application part here. There is a cell whose EMF is E and internal resistance is R, is connected to a conductor whose resistance is capital R through ammeter in this way. Now here I told you, when the cell has some internal resistance, when the cell is offering some internal resistance, the potential difference across the terminals of the cell will be different from the EMF of the cell. So to understand that, let us see, we are going to draw a current of I amperes in the electric circuit using this cell. Some I current is drawn from the cell. I current is drawn from the cell. Now in this particular situation, as a cell is offering some internal resistance, you can take an equivalent circuit of this in this way. This is cell whose EMF is E, offering some internal resistance. See the notation. This cell, this entire cell which offers some internal resistance, can be represented in this way. So if these are two terminals, you are supposing A and B. Now here it is A and this is B. This is how you can represent the cell of some internal resistance, either like this or like this. Now it is connected through a switch to a conductor of resistance R through an ammeter. Now you are trying to write the potential difference across the terminals of a cell. It means the potential difference between A and B. Of course, that is nothing but the potential difference across the conductor. The reason it is, the terminals of the conductor, one is given to A, the other is given to B. No potential drop across the ammeter. No potential will drop across the ammeter because it offers a zero resistance. IR equal to 0. So whatever the potential difference across AB is nothing but potential difference across the terminals of the cell, also equal to potential difference across the resistor. So now I wish to write the equation. Yes, very simple. As I current is drawn from the cell in the electric circuit, then the same I current is passing through this cell, then the potential drop will be IR here. IR potential will drop. That is the reason why you can write the potential difference across the terminals of the cell will be equal to E minus IR. This point I can explain to you in a better way as per the earlier concept what you have learned. Let me tell you. See, I am taking only this portion of the electric circuit. Once look at this. Here look at this ones. This is here. Current is drawn from this cell. I have taken a portion of electric circuit. What it indicates? Current is drawn from the cell because the current is directed from positive potential, away from positive potential towards the negative potential. Means you are drawing the current from the cell. Of course, you can call the situation as discharging of a cell. Discharging of a cell, because you are going to draw current from the cell, so it is a discharging of a cell. Sir, how can I expect it is a discharging? Because the current is directed away from the positive terminal towards the negative terminal. We call it as a discharging. For example, if you have a diagrammatic representation in this way, once look at this. This is B This is A. Here it is positive terminal, negative terminal. It is E. It is small internal resistance, but the direction is given like this. There is a lot of difference between this and this. Have you seen here? The direction of current is away from positive terminal towards the negative terminal of the cell. Means you are drawing current from the cell, which is a discharging. But see this. See this. Current is traveling towards the positive terminal away from the negative terminal. Can you expect the situation? Yes, whenever cell is going to be charged using some external source of electric current, using some other battery here, and the current is drawn from that particular battery, and the current will be sent to the cell, which we call it as charging of a cell. So there is a lot of difference. This is discharging, this is a charging. Of course, this point is a discharging of a cell where current is drawn. In that case, I think you remember, even in the capacitors we have discussed about this open path, how to write a potential difference at A and B concept. I don't know how far you remember, while applying KVL especially. You suppose potential at the point A as VA and potential at the point B as VB. If you suppose, you start here, VB. Now you are moving in the direction of current. Current flows from high potential to low potential because you have started at B and you are moving in the direction of current. Current flows from high potential to low potential. Means there is a potential drop across the resistor. How much potential drop? IR. You know, when there is a fall in potential, you have to use minus. Next, if you are moving from here to here, negative terminal to positive terminal, rise in potential by how much? E. So rise kabatti plus E will be equal to VA. Finally, what is left is VA. So that now I can write E minus IR is equal to VA minus VB is equal to E minus IR, which I have written here. Potential difference across the terminals of the cell, VA minus VB is equal to E minus IR in the case of discharging. When current is drawn from the cell in the electric circuit, whose EMF is E and internal resistance is R, then potential difference across the terminals of the cell VA minus VB is less than its EMF. By how much it is less? By IR. So VA minus VB equal to E minus IR. That is nothing but V equal to E minus IR. It's related to that. You don't include here. But you see here, in this equation once you see, this is called charging of a cell, where current is being sent into the cell, charging. Then you start here, VA, you are moving in the direction of current. So while moving like this is positive potential, this is negative potential drop, so minus V. Positive, negative, so drop, so minus V. Now here, you are moving across the resistor, in the direction of current you are traveling, so high potential to low potential drop. How much potential drop? IR, because I is the current. Then finally left it is VB. Then VA minus VB is equal to E plus IR. Have you observed this? Earlier VA minus VB equal to E minus IR, but now VA minus VB equal to E plus IR. Means when the current is drawn from the cell of EMF E and internal resistance R, then potential difference across the terminals of the cell is less than EMF, which is E minus IR. But when current is sent into the cell, charging, then in that case potential difference across the terminals of the cell is equal to E plus IR, which is an interesting concept. Usually we come across this type of electric circuits where current is drawn from the cell, so that is called discharging. But in the case of charging, that is different. So this is how the potential difference across the terminals of the cell will be different from the EMF of the cell. So in the case of discharging current drawn from the cell, then V equal to E minus IR. But in the case of charging of a cell, V equal to E plus IR, where I is the current in the electric circuit passing through the cell, or is its internal resistance. So this is an interesting concept that you need to learn. So ultimately there will be difference between potential difference and EMF of a cell. Simply to say, potential difference can be discussed between any two points. It is not only across the terminals of the cell. When I am speaking about potential difference, I can discuss between any 2 points in the electric field or outside the electric field. I can discuss about potential difference between the 2 points. But when I am talking about electromotive force, then that can be discussed only across the terminals of the cell. Because electromotive force is the amount of work done to carry unit positive charge from one terminal of the cell to other terminal of the cell. That's called EMF, electromotive force. But the potential difference means the amount of work done to carry unit positive charge from one point to another point will be the potential difference between the 2 points. Means potential difference can be discussed between any 2 points, but EMF of a cell can be discussed only across the terminals of the cell. This is very, very interesting point. Of course, the EMF of a cell will be equal to potential difference across the terminals of the cell when no internal resistance is offered by this ideal cell. But when the cell is offering some internal resistance, then in that case, if the cell is discharging, current drawn from the cell, V equal to E minus IR. If it is charging, V equal to E plus IR. So this is all about a cell EMF, internal resistance and potential difference of a cell. Hope you got clarity. This is very important application in further high standard numerical applications when you are trying to solve. Usually this internal resistance will not be mentioned in our electric circuits in general, because most of the basic current electricity applications will be handled, very basic applications in current electricity will be handled with ideal cell whose internal resistance is 0. We take internal resistance into consideration only when it is mentioned the cell offers some internal resistance, or else the EMF of the cell will be equal to potential difference across the terminals of the cell, nothing but voltage of the cell. And at the same time, you have come across the difference between EMF and potential difference. This is what you need to understand. Fine? You got it? So this is all for today's class, where we discussed a little more conceptual application for the competitive track of mains. And the next class we are going to enter into the combination of resistors and equivalent resistance applications. Of course, in the case of capacitors also you have learned series combination and parallel combination of capacitors and equivalent capacitors. Similar to that, we go with resistors here. Like Kirchhoff laws we have dealt in electrostatics, like among capacitors. Even we discuss in current electricity Kirchhoff laws and Whitson-Bridge concept also. Yes, we do face all these things in the coming classes. Meanwhile, try to solve the numericals in the worksheet based on electric current, resistance and Ohm's law content. Then you feel more comfortable with the coming classes. Fine? Take care.